You know that feeling or this thing when you're playing a game or you're doing sports or whatever, and you really want to win and you do everything to win that game. This ambition, this determination. For some reason, I don't have that. Or maybe, let me rephrase that a little bit. Whenever I play games or I do sports, even when as a kid, I've never was like this overly determined person that really wanted to kind of win a game. Or when I'm playing video games, I'm also not necessarily trying to complete the whole game 100%. I just want to finish it. And yeah, because I'm lacking this kind of determination, this ambition to really win and be very overly hardcore determined. I really want to win. I think I have a disadvantage in some things, but I also believe I have a huge advantage. The disadvantage obviously being I don't have like the bite that other people might have when they're playing games and when they're doing sports. Yeah, I just don't have this. I need to be at the top. I need to win this. And yeah, for that reason, I'm definitely at a disadvantage. And because I don't really want or need to win, I'm usually don't put myself into these games or into these sports that much. And again, that is a huge disadvantage to other people. However, I believe that gives me a bigger advantage because personally, when I play a game, when I do sports, for me, it's all about playing the game or learning something. For example, yes, of course, I would be maybe much better in Muay Thai if I would be like this overly ambitious. I need to win a fight and I need to kind of destroy my opponent. But for me, I like to see it as a game. I like to see it as something where I learn something, where my training partner and I are growing in terms of skill set. I don't want my person to be hurt, or I don't want to kind of stand over him and be better. I don't see a point in that. That is basically where I'm coming from. And when I'm playing a game, it's the same thing. When playing a board game, I want everyone to have fun. I don't want to be the person that is on top of the other persons. I just like basically the journey. For me, it's always about the journey, not the goal. And with that in mind, I look at sports and at games as something where I enjoy the moment, but with sports where I can learn something, where I grow. So I don't see the winning as something that I'm striving towards. Of course, winning is great, but that's not my goal. Honestly, I don't mind losing as long as the game is fun, as long as what I'm doing is fun. Sometimes, of course, training is frustrating, for example, because I'm not really into, I need to kind of win this or get better at this, or I want to get better at this, but I'm not as frustrated if a training session isn't as the way I would like it to be. And therefore, again, this is where I see my huge advantage. I am not as, in German, there's this word that is verbissen. So I don't know how to describe it better than being very hardcore, like focused on this one goal of winning. I don't have that. And that is basically why I'm much more relaxed with many things. I'm much more concentrated on having fun at doing the game, at playing the game, at doing sports and stuff like that. And I do see so many people that, as I said, this is also a huge disadvantage, but I see so many people who are very determined to win something, to be the best. And sometimes I also see that is kind of eating them up a little bit because they're so focused on this one thing that they totally forget to enjoy the process, that they totally forget that it is a game. I understand if sports potentially is your job. Like all jobs, you have this huge burden on your shoulder that you need to be the best or that you need to work and provide a living for your house, for your family and whatnot. But that also means since you're that focused and since you're not concentrating on the moment, you do get, or there is a high likeliness that you do get miserable. for me with work, it's the same thing. I love my work and I strive to be good at what I'm doing. But this feeling of wanting to get better isn't as big as my want to be happy and my need to enjoy the journey, to enjoy the process. I love my job, and I believe one of the reasons why I love my job is that I don't forget the joy and that I don't want to kind of stress myself out with making the best work. For example, also with YouTube, for me, I live by, or I create by the mantra of done is better than perfect. I could forever work on an edit to make it perfect, but I just know at some point I need to quit, and done is better than perfect. I'd rather upload it instead of like working on it forever just because I have the feeling this has to be perfect. And yeah, as I said, this is obviously a huge disadvantage because in our society, I feel more people are much more inclined to be very determined to win, very focused on the ambition to win, to be the best, to reach the top and be better than the competition basically. And obviously that's a good thing to some degree. You want to be better, you want to grow and better yourself and be the best and at something. But for me personally, that is not my focus. My focus has always been to enjoy the process, to enjoy the journey. And yeah, going back to games, I always rather played games instead of wanting to win them. I've never played a game to win. Honestly, there aren't that many games that I actually finished. I finished Final Fantasy VII, I finished Diablo, I finished Harry Potter, some of the adventure games like Monkey Island and stuff like that. Those kind of games I always finish when it's a story. But I feel like with those games where there is a story, it kind of somewhat underlines what I'm saying. I enjoy the game, I enjoy the journey, the story. But I've never finished like games where the story wasn't that big. Or for example, Super Mario. As a kid, I've never finished Super Mario. A, because it was too hard for me at some point, but B, I rather kind of played it for the fun of it, but I never had the feeling I need to finish this. But I enjoyed it a lot, don't get me wrong. Or racing games. I loved racing games, but I've never kind of played them I want to finish this game at the pole position always, you know? Again, it's a disadvantage, but on the other hand, it is much easier for my brain, for my mindset to kind of just enjoy the process. Yeah, and last but not least, I would really like to know, what are your thoughts about this? What are your feelings when it comes down to playing games, doing sports and stuff like that? Do you need to win? Are you have this huge determination that you need to win, or are you basically like me? Again, I enjoy playing games, I enjoy doing sports, but I'm not kind of eaten up by this feeling of I need to win, I need to be the best, I need to be at number one. So yeah, that's just how I kind of approach playing games, doing sports and stuff like that. Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to know what are your thoughts about this and how are you with all of this, with sports, games and stuff like that. Let me know in the comment section below. And if you want to see yesterday's video, check out the video up here. YouTube thinks that you like the video down here. Please hype, like, and potentially subscribe by clicking the button up here so we see each other tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day. Thank you very much.